Heavy Metal Wargaming. Seize the objective.
Alright guys, so hey guys, DJ, just a follow-up video. If you're seeing this, it should be kind of working. You should be able to see part of my eBay store and me down in a little corner down here. Um, I said I sold some stuff, but if you look, this is the follow-up video to a lot of the stuff that was in that auction for the stuff I bought in West Virginia. So I kind of saved a little bit of everything. And I'll go over what I actually paid and what I made. But as you can see, like a lot of stuff sold, some through international. A lot of numbers aren't too big. And I'm going to go over that. Unfortunately, eBay takes out a fairly large amount of fees and stuff. I won't click into the auctions too much, only because there's people's full names and addresses. And I'm not going to end up doing that. But I just want to kind of like scroll through, show you like something like Demonettes went for like 23.50. Um, but yeah, the follow up. Can you make money on eBay? And uh, hold up one second here. But the big question is, everyone's asking, how much did I end up spending and making? Okay, so uh, I spent $104 on that lot, like I told you before in the last video. Now that's $20 in gas added to that 120. Originally I paid 120, 20 more bucks, 140. And probably like 2.5 hours out of my day, drove down in West Virginia, picked it up, had some lunch down there, drove back. It was a nice day to do it. You know, it was nice sunny. Then again, this a few months ago. So with all that being said, I ended up, I had my notes here. Uh, Now I made more than this in all reality, but I just took out gross cost because shipping and handling they charge on there, and then to save a little bit of money, I do use eBay shipping and handling. It's like 20% off, so you end up you might charge someone $6 and you might actually pay four something for shipping label. So I don't feel like that's bad because then that kind of helps pay for like my packing, my boxes, stuff like that. I do reuse boxes. Like I do buy a lot and resell on eBay. So I'll get these in the mail. I'll keep them if they're not banged up, and I'll reshipping them. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of stuff like that helps keep your cost down, especially when you're doing like a small operation like I'm doing. So I've been the last few months doing buying collections, buying stuff locally, then reselling it on eBay. So I spent 140, and now granted, I sold all that over the course of at least what 2.5 months solid. I kept 100 plus dollar model at Demon Prince. Kept a couple handful of models. I kept that Games Day Chaos Lord. I also kept the one Psyker from Rogue Trader. Everything else I've sold. I think there's still one or two items up. They're like a Terminator model and a Chaos Terminator model. They're gonna go for a couple bucks. But total, out of 140, after fees, shipping and handling, what I made was $250.18. Okay. Now, granted, that 250 is after eBay fees, after taxes. Well, the taxes they take out and they give the government, but eBay fees, shipping and handling, all of that. So I went down into, I should have showed you, but you go down into the actual sale, and then you go through the whole process, and it'll say what your uh, take home is. So I added all that up. So for now, granted, a couple hours here, a couple hours there, a little bit of time out of my schedule, I made out of $140. I made what $90 profit, and was $100. It's not massive, but like, hey, it's $100 more than I had, and I still was able to pay for the auction, and I kept some of the stuff out of the auction. And there's still some stuff left over from that. Like I said, that I'm going to roll into some other things. A couple bits, some train pieces. I'm going to mix with my other train pieces. So you can do it. It's just, you have to be very smart with it. If you can get something fairly cheap, you should do so. Um, kind of know your market. If you look at a pile of junk models and stuff like that, and you can see some treasures in there, and you know that you can resell some of that stuff, yeah, go ahead and do it. It's not for everybody. Now, I've been in, especially 40K stuff. I've been in wargaming. Puff. I'm 40, almost 25 years, almost 30 years in wargaming, 25 for certain. So I've seen a lot of models come and go, and for some reason the market's all over the place. Uh, so I'm gonna give you some tips for doing stuff. For one, do your research. There's some nice functions. Someone's gonna bring up, well, why don't you sell on Facebook Marketplace? And you can. Some of the nice the plus about Facebook Marketplace is you can do local cash sales. Boom, you and your buddy cash, you're good to go. Kind of the bad part is there's some scammers on there who maybe want you to mail it to them, or you buy something and they will mail it to you. And I don't know how often you see, don't buy from this seller. I haven't got my stuff. Don't buy from this seller. Um, Now, granted, you can use PayPal to do this, and if you use PayPal for Facebook Marketplace sales locally, and I know it's a pain in the ass, and some people don't want to do it, I always use the business money transfer. For those who don't know, that's right in the back. Those that don't know, on PayPal, you can send money to people two ways. One is friends and family. Now, friends and family is kind of nice because like there's no a fee attached to it. You just, hey, I need $200. Boom, you get $200, no problem. The bad part is, say you do it that way, friends and family, and a personal friend and family member, and you get burnt on the transaction. You can't go back. You can't go to PayPal and be like, hey guys, I got burned on this transaction. They're gonna be like, well, you're friends and family. Why does it matter? You're out of luck. Now, the other way to do it as a business is there is a transaction fee that they charge to the person receiving the money, but it's listed as a business transaction, which means that person burns you, you can like try to get your money back. It's easier to like file a claim against that person. Now, the downside for the person receiving money that way, if you receive it that way, one, there is a fee, so you're not getting a full, say, $200. You'll get like 196 or 5. It's only like a few dollar charge, but it is still a charge. And the other thing is PayPal keeps track of those transactions now, especially the business style ones. And at the end of the year, what ends up happening is they'll generate a tax number. I think it's like 1099 or something. I'm probably wrong. If you guys know the actual form, put in the comments below. I probably should have done some research, but what ends up happening is after so many transactions, that becomes taxable income. So, which means at the end of the year, when you file taxes in the United States anyway for income tax, it's taxable. Oh, you made, and I believe the number they change it every year. I think as of right now, it's $600, but I could be wrong. I know they've changed it recently. Um, we'll just go with $600. So if you made $600 worth of transactions on a business transaction basis on PayPal, it's taxable, which means at the end of the year, when you claim that, you're going to have to claim it and pay tax on that money that you earned. So just a heads up on it. Now, if you do transactions below that number, it's not taxable. And in some ways, I'm not sure how much that $600 is, but say you have like $10,000 worth of transactions. Well, that could be a sizable amount that you have to pay on taxes. So just a heads up for those, and you don't have to be a business for that to happen either. So just be aware of that. eBay has something very similar. I'm going to ramble a little bit. eBay has something very similar, which theirs is a little bit different number. I'm not sure, and it might be because it's just changed. But they'll generate a form for you and they'll email it to you for tax purposes. If you don't meet the requirements for generating profits or that much money, like say it's $1,000 and you don't do $1,000 worth of sales, they won't generate it for you because they know you don't have to worry about it. But if you do qualify, they'll generate it, email it to you, and you'll have for tax purposes. Um, it kind of sucks too because whenever you pay those eBay fees, they tax it, and you get eBay fees based on the entire transaction, the gross. So shipping and handling and taxes. If I sold something for $20 because of shipping, handling, and taxes, it comes out to say 30, which is a huge exaggeration. $30. eBay charges me eBay fee based on $30. Then they take out the taxes and that goes to your local state. And then you have your shipping and handling, which you still have to use that money that the purchaser paid you to ship it still. So it's a little bit, it sucks. It really does suck. But some of the benefit is you have a wider margin of people, potential buyers, I should say. And sometimes it doesn't feel like you're very protected as a seller on eBay or as a purchaser. Everyone has their pros and cons. I just prefer doing it this method a little bit easier because I can post it on there, just let it go wild, as opposed to messaging people local. Thanks, phone. Messaging people local and like kind of haggling over. What's a box of Space Marines? I'll give you $40 cash. Well, I only have 20. Or people will show up. This has happened. I know you're asking $500. I only have $450 cash or $400 cash. Why do we even meet up for? You know what I mean? Like I'm not doing it that way. So those kind of things you have to worry about. Um, so yeah, I ended up did making money. Is it a hassle? It can be. Is it just something good in like the in a made room on a hobby aspect, like part of your things, like you're recycling your old models into new stuff? Yeah, it is. I was able to purchase a lot of stuff with that as a revolving door. So taking that money and I bought you some lots on eBay that I plan on breaking up and selling on there. And some I got for a good price. One I kind of paid a little bit more than I wanted to for it, but like there's enough of the old models or models that are worth money right now because you do have to watch, especially 40K stuff, especially with a metal watch. Whatever is really hot, those models will go. So for a while, Chaos Space Marines are really good. So anything Chaos Space Marine related would go really good priced on eBay. Uh, Same with like Eldar stuff. Anything Eldar stuff would go. You know what I mean? Uh, so there's some popular armies like Death Guard went really well. Uh, just stuff you have to watch out for. You know what I mean? Uh, could you make a living off of it? You would have to be doing some serious volume and living on eBay every day. Like I said, I would do like 5 or 6 listings, type them up real good, post them, let them go, uh, and just kind of wait on it. If you're trying to make a living off of that, it's kind of hard. Unless you're doing some serious volume, like tons of sales, maybe have some sort of automated system, like have your product in another warehouse or someone does that distribution for you. Again, that's huge numbers. Um, One thing I do recommend uh, when you are going to sell, though, look up the item. If you know what it is, look up previous sales that have closed or sold for, and that might give you a good idea of what you're looking at for profit and sale margin. Another thing that I don't do because I've been burned too much in the past, and eBay loves pushing you to do it. eBay's a bunch of dickheads sometimes. Free shipping. If I'm selling an item that I have a buy for now price, I will include the buy now price, the shipping and handling in that, so it does say free shipping. But if I'm doing an auction, I generally don't include free shipping because I've been burned too many times. I've had things listed for 99 cents and it goes for $5. Well, my shipping to that individual is $7. I just lost $2 plus. You know what I mean? So I don't do free shipping. Now I will do like media shipping. If it's a media book, I'll put that in there. Media's flat rate shipping, and I will put calculated shipping. But I generally don't put free. You know what I mean? I've been burned too many times on it, and the biggest thing is I don't mind selling something at a loss, air quotes, like I paid $10 for it, it sold for 8. Hey, it happens. You don't want to, but it does. It hurts really bad though whenever you also get hit on shipping and handling. Now you're really out more money, you know. So it's better just to do calculated shipping, in my personal opinion. And depending on what the item is, I'm leaning more and more in the camp of just doing auction, like 99 cent beginner auctions, or I'll look at an item, especially single figs, and I might say opening bid $3. You know what I mean? Especially if it's an older model, something like that. Something to where like if it's base obscured, you still might make some money on it. But very few things. This is brand new. Do I put buy it now prices? And even then, sometimes it's hard to move. And I don't get it really. One auction I did for Team Yankee, I had a box of tanks. Generally go for $50 to $60 a box, depending on what the tank is. Most of it, I believe, is like 55. I put it up for $40. Good price for 5 tanks. You know what I mean? Would not sell. Would not sell whatsoever. So I took the auction down. I put up buy now $45 free shipping. Yep, yep, it sold. I don't get it. Now, granted, I knew calculate shipping was going to be roughly $6 for that, so I'm like, I'll eat $1, in the price. But it sold. So there's something to say about that. Uh, but I kind of hope you like the update. Like I said, this is Heavy Metal Wargaming. I'm gonna try to do maybe a more comprehensive video on how to do a posting on eBay for you guys for like tabletop stuff. Because listen, I do very basic, bare minimum some of my auctions, and I still do fairly well. It's your description that really counts, and some good pictures, and be able to answer questions. So I'm hoping to get this edited and done up. I'm still working on trying to get a thumbnail thing set up and some music. But thanks guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe. I hope it's kind of like answer some of you guys' questions, maybe give you some things to think about. If you guys have more questions, put them in the comments and I'll answer them. But until then, this is DJ with Heavy Metal Wargaming, and we'll talk to you next time.